Hey, what's up, YouTube? Yes, it's me, Joe Singleton here, better known as Now Hub. Well, first thing first, I just got off of work. Anyway, today I'm going to be doing my top 10 videos. I usually do these in December just to make these videos quick. But anyway, this is a special top 10 video. Today's top 10 video is about 10 things I love about IDW Sonic. Now, if you don't know about me, I'm not a big fan of IDW. I admit I used to like it, but when it first came out, but after a while, it just got kind of boring. Anyway, let me just go into the things I do like. One, it take place after Forces. I thought it was a cool concept. Take place after the worst Sonic game that came out. Some people say '06, Boom, Shadow Heads. I'll say Forces just because it feels like a nothing game. But it makes sense to use a concept. It's a good concept and not bad. Two artists, the artist and art style. I'm glad they brought back some people from RG like Tracy Hartley, Evan Stanley. Um, they did brought back a few artists here and there, but they're mostly freelance artists. But I do like their art style. Tracy Hartley is my favorite artist. He his style is how you could do Sonic in 3D to 2D and make it work. I thought his art style was unique, fascinating, and kind of fit Sonic. Even Evan Stanley's art style to make it make Sonic with 2D to 3D, but in a comic book panel. It's not bad. Four, okay, three, Evan Stanley's writing. Now, I love Evan Stanley's writing because I didn't read when I first read IDW. I didn't know about her until I heard about Ghost in the Future. Look it up and actually check it out. And after see her run on IDW, it was not bad. She wrote Sonic in the way of how he was back in the True Hours. It's like back in like '06 to Black Knight. Even Amy, she wrote Amy to how she's supposed to be instead of how Flynn writes her as. Yeah, number four, Devin Barnes. Again, he rolls on again both like closer to how he was in the games, but a little bit of Japanese, got and he got Sonic correctly, in my opinion. Plus, I like how he made Sonic feels like how he's supposed to be. Hold up. Sorry about that, but yes, I like how Devin Barnes wrote Sonic closer to how he was from both Japanese and games. You have to check out Scrapnik Island to see what I'm talking about. And for Stanley, check out the Child Raise and also Test Run. Number five, Gigi. Gigi, and I know you people can say yes, she's controversial. Yes, with the transgender book, and also with her political views. I just think she's a great add-on in the comic book. I like her art style, and one of the stories she did with Mammy trying to give him a backstory, and trying to make him be sympathetic, but not really. But it's still a good story. Number number six would be new characters: Tangle, Whisper, Jewel. So many others. They were good ideas. Plus, I like how they handled Tangle, make her feel like a female Sonic. Whisper, I'll be honest, I used to like her, but sometimes I feel like she feels like a Metal Gear character came out of another game that should have been that. Mostly Metal Gears, but put in Sonic, Bell, and let's go on. Seven, the villains. I'll be honest, my only favorite villain, the new villain that came out, was Dr. Starlight. Surgeon Kid is kind of the weaker ones. Even rough and tumble. Dr. Starlight, I feel like what if that man had a fanboy who's a mad scientist like him, but also wanted to kill the villains, kill the heroes, and not just play around with them. And you got that with Starlight. He's both someone who follows Eggman's philosophy and goes against it, but also sometimes kind of don't realize he uses the same methods as Eggman, and just remind you that he's a mad scientist. In fact, I like how Eggman defeated him with ease because it shows you that Eggman can learn from his mistakes. He is a goofball, but at the end of it, he can be a deadly bad guy at the end of the day, or a threat. Number eight, the Zombie arc. The Zombie arc is the only good arc. It's because this was the only good new original story. Originally, it was for Archie reboot, but Flynn couldn't use it because the comic got canceled, so he created a Zombie arc. Well, not true. The comic back in Archie, they were gonna do something with it, but they had Archie, the afterlife with Archie that turned Jughead into a zombie. Plus, they was coming off The Walking Dead, so they didn't want to do that. So Flynn kept this idea for IDW and used the metal virus. There's some good stuff about it. I like how it is a zombie, but my only negative I would say it came out way too soon. I would say save it for the third or fourth year of the comic instead of the second year, because you make it feels like you're gonna shoot your cards. Nine would be the classic Sonic comics. I'm a sucker for the classic Sonic comics. Even though I'm not a big classic Sonic fan, I think the classic Sonic comics are interesting, unique, but also kind of give you a breath of fresh air. 10. Using the game elements, mainly from forces, the whiz, the power, well, mostly the whiz, as weapons, characters, etc. That's about it. Oh yeah, this year I'm only gonna be doing 2 videos for this month. Why? I just didn't have them planned. If you may not know, I'm getting ready to do next year. We'll be doing my comic book hub new channel. Focus more on comics. Then after that, we'll do my web comic channel called Web Comic Hub. Then afterwards, go back to Sonic. So hope you guys stay tuned for that. Anyway, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, hit the bell to get notified for new videos. I'm Joseph Singleton, better known as Master Hub. Signing out. Peace.